I had the light in the wrong spot, I think. No, I can see. I can see. As long as I can see, okay. So, I think everything is working. I hope. That brings up a really good point. Nope. It says it's working. Okay. So, that is muted. That is not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. We're good. It says we're good. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. It says someone's watching. Hello. How are you? Okay. I am going to finish this and then, see what happens after, see where it takes me, what I might want to do next. I don't know. We'll see. I got plans. I got no plans. I got plans and I got no plans. That's how it works in my life. That's just how my art works. No rules, no definitions, no plans. I don't know how long I'll be able to sit here because my back is killing me today for some strange, god-awful reason. I don't understand. Came out of nowhere. I did nothing to incite it, which is probably more frustrating than having back pain, is when you have nothing that explains why. At least if I had an explanation or had done something, to warrant, I don't know, this kind of pain, that would be nice. It's like, I don't want to have to feel this pain without actually having, if I'm going to pay the consequences of something, at least let me have had the fun of whatever it is. I have this color, something in it. I might be joined by someone, or I may be painting by myself. We will see. We shall see. Oh, yeah. This is the one. This is one of those pieces for those that may have watched or care. I didn't do any pencil or ink on this. I just came on in here and started painting, which is very rare for me. It's very rare for me to do that. And it's really rare for me to not pencil or ink or something before I just start painting, even when I'm on canvas. So this is a rare treat for whoever is there watching. You get to watch, you get to see that. You get to paint a piece without any of that stuff in there. It's definitely different for me, unlike anything I normally would do. So there you go. And this is a piece. I don't remember what I called the original painting. This is actually a recreation of one of my paintings that I did for a friend on the East Coast. I no longer have the original. The original hangs in New Jersey, and or he burned it. I have no idea what he did with it. He was pretty mad at me. So who knows what he did with it. But anyway, so this is a recreation of it because it is the perfect image to go with one of the poems in my book. So I chose to use it. Most of the artwork in my book is new and newly constructed illustrations of images that will depict the poetry or the story in the book. But there are a few pieces I have put in there that are recreated artwork of paintings that I've done because they suited the poem or, the emotions or whatever it was. And, as I said to a friend earlier today, why fix what's not broken? So for some of the pieces and some of what I'm doing, I'm just going to recreate some of my own artwork. it's interesting too because of all of the pieces that I have for the book, this is one of the few that actually has, what is that? Has a similar flair to the theme of the book, being about, or being not about emotional burlesque. So this is a woman in a, not a burlesque outfit, but she's in lingerie. So I guess, it's similar to what women wear for burlesque, Let me get that out of the way. I am definitely saving the eyes and the mouth for last, because I'm going to this whole experience has opened my eyes to some things that I'm going to try. I'm going to just do some things different, not because it's better than what I was doing, but just out of, my own curiosity, my own need to be brave. I am interested to know what it's going to be like to try to do her eyes and her lips without any lines of, drawn there really, and except for me just painting with paint. It's just been one of those progressions with my art, for art in general for me. And I am definitely a newbie when I think about just in general, even my own work. But it's way, way, way better than what it was. Not that what I used to do was bad, but it will never be anything if I don't keep at it and keep trying and learn from it and be willing to learn, be willing to grow, be willing to try new things, which actually suits me just fine. Being one of those people, as some of my followers know, I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. And so, even though this particular, it's like, I say that as I'm working on a piece that's actually a recreation of one of mine, but still, it is a recreated piece, but this is on paper. It's going to be a different kind of thing. The original is a painting on canvas. It took me a long time to do it. It was definitely a different experience. And that's kind of the thing. Like, I don't want to have to, I have my locket on backwards. My dad is inside this locket. Part of my dad, part of his ashes. Oh, I should put my music on in my ear. I haven't heard anyone, make a comment on my YouTube videos that my singing is horrible yet, so I guess it's okay. Although I did have YouTube tell me that I sound like Pink. I seriously doubt they were right, but, it's still kind of flattering. I mean, they didn't exactly say, "Hi, Dory, you sound like Pink." What they said was, is that you had Pink playing, and I'm like, no, actually, I did not. What you heard was me singing to Pink in my ear on my earphones, because I had earphones on, and I was singing along, and apparently I sang along so well that they thought it was the actual song. I'm just saying. Hey, these are the things I tell myself, okay, so that I feel better about me. I don't know who that is that's watching. It's probably my devoted follower that watches me all the time. If that is you, you can just continue to sit there, and know I appreciate you. I have to turn this around because it's going to bug me. Because I'm just weird. I'm just weird like that. Okay, maybe I'm not. I got all these contraptions on. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Let me try this again. With the hair And yeah, I could totally undo the clasp. Sure, sure. But that would be just way too easy. That would make way too much sense. You know, because ow, I like to make it weird. That's just who I am. My earring just came out. Maybe I'm doing like an actual burlesque. That would be funny to come on here to paint for you guys for this book that's called This Is Not Emotional Burlesque, and then end up choosing to maybe burlesque for y'all. Let's do that. Kidding. Or am I? I have a few friends out there that know that could totally be something I would actually do. You know? They're like, I don't know. I don't think I can. Yeah, man. I don't know where my headphones even are. Even if I wanted to listen to music, I'd have to get up. I might have to. Depends on if I get, how long I want to be on here. I definitely tend to be on here longer when I have good tunes in my ear, helping me along. Let's see, what time is it? 6:14. Okay. I don't know how long I'll be on tonight. At least an hour. I was on for 3 hours on Saturday. That was fucking crazy. I don't know who that girl was. I was on fire. I had so many pieces to do. And I have all of those ones that I did ready for me to paint them. And ironically, I had them ready to paint. And instead of painting, I did new ones, I think. No, something like that. I might be doing this a lot when I can't even remember one stream from the other, and like, what did I do on that stream again? Like, I don't remember. Like, yeah. I might be doing this. I might be doing this a lot if I can't even remember what I did on my stream. I'm just saying. This is just the way it is. It's true. So, this particular book has kind of got me pretty excited, actually, about where it's going with some of the artwork that I've done. Some of the artwork I have sketched. I mean, like, it's in the blue. It's not sketched with pencil or anything yet. It's still in the like blue pencil stage, like this one was. And on top of that, I started going through a photo album I have of Louisiana, some pictures from back home, and I am probably going to incorporate some photos from my childhood, photos of the area. And whether or not I actually do like a color photo or not, I don't know. But there's a couple of the pieces where I think it would be really rad. Like, there's this one bridge in particular. It's I don't think it would be considered a drawbridge. I don't think it's a drawbridge. I don't even know what kind of bridge it's even called. But it's the kind of bridge where the center of the bridge goes up, so that a boat can pass, and then the center comes back down. Then there's another bridge we grew up near that would swing. The middle would actually swing to the side. There's quite a different kind of bridges growing up back where I grew up. So yeah, there's a couple of pieces where those images of those bridges would be perfect as the background page format background for the page behind the poem. Some of the poems are traditional poems, and there's a few, at least 4, that are poetic stories. They're basically stories told in a poetic fashion about a couple of my childhood experiences. Mostly good, and some that are pretty intense information. material. Should be interesting. Should be. And when I do get the author copy of my printed haiku series, and I get a visual, an actual printed visual of what it looks like printed, I can decide whether or not I have any intention to have it printed differently. I might actually try to do a print run of a bunch of copies or something. I haven't decided. There's something in my head that tells me, like, I won't think it's something that anyone would want to see. I don't know. Something tells me I won't think that or even know that or even want to even try to decide that until I actually have one in my hands. And this one, I may very well use a different self-publishing print-on-demand company because I really would like to possibly have this one be a hardback or at least offered as a hardback. And I've been looking at a few sites that do that, and I follow quite a few authors that self-publish now that over the last couple of months I have read some of their work. I've got some of their work in my wish list. I've got some in my Kindle that I haven't read yet, that I bought, that I haven't read it yet. I've got all kinds of projects, like not just my projects, but I have like stuff I want to read, stuff I want to, for artists and authors that I'm following. And there's a few of them that use a couple of different services to self-publish their work in a hardback type of situation. No, not at all. I just got a message asking me a question. Hold on. No. That would be a big no. No. So yeah, that's where I'm at. This one in particular, unlike some of my other collections, is definitely one that I can see for even if it was just for my own posterity and my own wishes or my own desires for me personally, I'd like to have one with a hardcover. Particularly considering the cover art, which is still kind of, Anyway, that is an announcement for later. Haha. I will be super excited when I get to announce that. Okay. Alrighty. So, I have something else. There we go. I didn't realize the camera was so far off, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here we go. No. Definitely no. Ooh. Different. Good luck. Yeah. It's funny how, like, back when I only did art on water or paper before I transitioned to canvas, they were these extravagant things with, like, I would pencil them and often ink them, and then I would use pastels sometimes, and charcoals, and pencil colors, all these different mediums on the piece, um, and then add paint at the end, like on top of everything else. I would paint in addition to everything else, and these are the first time I've been really doing anything with paper in quite some years. Actually, it's been a while. I can't remember exactly when I switched to canvas, but it's been a while. So now I feel like I'm doing these without all that extra stuff. which is I don't know why, but my head, like, it's like kind of weird. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm missing something. Like, I feel like I'm not doing something right, I think is what it is. And it's not that at all. It's just these are a different type, and that's how I had to talk to myself about it. I had, like, these are not the same. These are simply illustrations to convey a poem or to go in the book. I'm going to do a few little tweaks on them digitally. And then, that's it. And I am curious about some of the stuff I did for the haiku series. So I have the one that I published, and it's there, and I'm gonna order an author copy of it. But I'm thinking about doing another edition of it. I know I'm gonna do one that's a coloring book that has all the exact same pages, all the art, but that the pieces are for coloring. That I already know I'm gonna do. I have that one almost pretty much done. There's a few pieces that I forgot to take pictures of that I'm going to need to retrace for the coloring book, which is fine. But I'm thinking about doing another edition of Volume 1 using the high resolution scanned artwork without any digital manipulation to them. Similar to the way I would insert my paintings in my other poetry collections that I've done. And so that I'm considering, if I want to take the time to bother with it. I think it's more my curiosity than anything. I kind of want to see what one of those would look like printed. Because even if I did the edition and published it and had it on my Amazon, no harm, no foul, man. It's print on demand, and so I can do the edition, put it together, print one, and then get them both back and look at both of them, so that if I were to run a campaign to have the haiku series done, then at least I would have an idea of which one I liked better. Do I like it with the digital illustration manipulation crap? I hate to use the word crap, but sorry, you guys, that's what it is to me. Or would I want a high resolution photographic type book with my artwork without all that stuff, all that additional digital stuff? And I kind of, for that, I think I would probably even not imply, that's not the right word, um, reach out to some of the comic book people that I've gotten to know and trust that are super nice and super sweet to me, and have them look at it and tell me what they think and tell me, what would they do? I don't know. When it comes to my artwork on a canvas, to my taste, that I got that down. I don't really need a whole heck of a lot of someone else's opinion for it. But when it comes to something like this, especially if I'm going to do it, well, I intend to do it. I intend to do it as an ongoing series. A couple of times a year, put out an illustrated haiku book. For those that would like that sort of thing. And if I do that, then I think I just talked myself into it. I'm pretty sure I just talked myself into creating a third edition. At least, even if I just had it on there, like I said, even if I just had it on there for me to print for me, and show it to a few of my friends that know what the fuck I'm even talking about. Because there's some things that I'm trying to convey or trying to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know the terms. But yeah, it'd be good to know, like, what long term would people rather see? Would they rather see the artwork the way that it is, the way that it was done? Or not? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. The thing I love the most about the digital stuff, though, is that part of why I don't bother with all that extra detail or using the other mediums before I paint these is because I know there's a lot of effects that I can get away with doing, like with the contrast or the lighting and some of the color saturation. I can just, I can work in the computer for that stuff. I did that anyway on some of my artwork that are in my books. There's a few. Actually, have I ever done that? I can't even think. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever really digitally manipulated much of one of my photos of the artwork. I don't think I've done that. Not to the degree these were. That's for sure. Definitely not. So that'd be kind of interesting. We will see. We shall see. Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. Okay. All right. I don't want to do a whole heck of a lot more to that than that. So, I'm just going to do this now. With some of the other pieces I did, I thought I wouldn't want the backgrounds painted, but I preferred them when they were, and so I'm going to go ahead and just paint the outside part of this right now. I had these two pieces that when I did them, I didn't paint the outside parts. And I took pictures and I scanned them and I did some stuff on the computer, and then I was like, I want to paint the background. So I have, what's nice about that, and this is going to be another one of those ones that I'm not going to have pictures of it throughout the process because I'm just kind of going with it because I'm, doing one like this, okay? The only person in the world I have to answer to when it comes to my art is me. So this is what I want to do. Who's reporting me? Whoops, wrong color. Wrong color. So yeah. So those other pieces are cool. But this is definitely one where, because I didn't take any pictures throughout the process, I didn't pencil it, I didn't do an inking, I don't have those phases. When it comes to doing a coloring page, if I want to do a coloring page, I'll have to trace it with the light box thing. Which actually, now that I think about it, I think I already did that. Because I'm pretty sure I already did that with this one. Because I'm going through some printouts of artwork from my art book that has one of my publications is a book of just art. The whole book is my art, and I did it kind of more on my own, kind of really honestly for myself, more as a portfolio than anything else. I mean, I don't know who out there is going to want a coffee table type of book of my art, but but it does exist. It does exist, just in case anybody was curious. But I mostly did it for my own reference. So like even with this, when I was putting this book together, or when I've done some of my other books, when I think about what do I have? What have I done art-wise that would work as I mean, even though my other poetry books, they were not technically illustrated like this one is being, or the haiku one was, but they do have my art in them. They all have art. All of my books have art in them of mine. All of them, and all the artwork in them is mine. Even the Diva book has my artwork in it. And so this is, I mean, the only real difference really is that these pieces in this book and the haiku book, the only real difference is that they're pieces that were created specifically to the poem in mind. Most of them. Except like this one. I crack myself up, I swear to God. I'm like the funniest person I know. I'm just saying. I am a stand-up, so. Oh my God, I have a friend who has a venue where we're going to hopefully potentially get to go back to doing open mic stuff. And that's pretty super cool. That should be pretty fun. Was to get back to doing some open mic. I did one open mic a couple months ago, shortly after I got brave and did it again. Not that I needed to be actually brave. It's so funny, like coming online live and painting for people like this. This was scarier to me than doing stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy never scared me. Even the first day I ever did it, it didn't scare me. I literally decided in the middle of a workday one day in 2006 that I was going to do stand-up. I went online. It was, probably back in the day. I'm pretty sure it was a Yahoo day because there was no such thing as Google back then. At least I don't think there was. And I looked up, where might there be stand-up comedy open mics? And it just so happened that there was a stand-up open mic that very night. And so I literally left work, didn't even go home. I left work and went to this club in Serrano Mesa called the Comedy Co-op. It was that you put your name in a thing, in a pool or whatever, and then they would call it, or it was, they pull from the hat, and you got 6 minutes. And so, yeah, so literally within less than a 12-hour period, I decided to do stand up, wrote, a real quick 6-minute set of stuff, showed up to the club, put my name in a hat, performed, and the rest is history, as they say. Did that for quite some years before I decided to give it a break because I needed to raise my kids. But I kept writing. I have so much comedy written that it's, yeah, so much. So much. So much that the next book after I'm done with this one is a comedy book. And I haven't decided yet how I'm going to set it up. It's either going to be a really extensive it's either going to be a comic strip graphic set type of thing, or it's going to be a calendar. I haven't decided. I won't decide, really. I can't decide. I can't go there yet. My brain, it's like, I don't even want to think about that right now. I did try out a few of my things using comic strips, and they work. Most of my, especially my tweet stuff, they totally work as a comic strip. Because a lot of my comedy is set up as a conversation. It was either comedy that came from just my own, imagination of a conversation with someone, or an actual real conversation. So some of the jokes work perfectly as a comic strip, like between me and another person. I thought about this, I might actually create a fictional character for the comic strip to be the other person in the jokes, because in a lot of the jokes it was it could be a lot of different people. Like I said, it could be a figment of my imagination, something I totally made up, so the other person doesn't even really exist, or it came from a conversation with one of my guy friends, or a conversation with one of my girlfriends, or whatever it is. And because I have a tendency to answer people when they ask me things in a way that's like a joke. I'm not gonna lie, I make fun of shit a lot, So some of my stand-up is just simply me being a smart ass back to my friends, and then I turned it into a comedy bit, like their parts. Oh man, I have got some of the best friends in the world. They'll ask me the simplest, silliest little questions that have nothing to do with stand-up, nothing to do with making a joke. And they'll ask me a simple little question, and then all of a sudden I turn it into this really elaborate joke. I have the best friends. They help me. So yeah, there's a few people I know for a fact that when the time comes and that book is written, I will be putting them on an acknowledgement or contributions page of some kind. There's a few of them. They didn't write the jokes themselves, but they definitely had a lot to do with the joke getting inspired and written by me. So I will definitely be crediting them for sure. For sure. I kind of like the idea of the calendar thing, but then I really kind of like the idea of the comic strip thing, because it suits the comic strip thing in a way better, only because of the story, the way they're told in a story format kind of thing. Some of the jokes, I might do both. It might be set up as a calendar with the calendar theme that I had in mind, but one day maybe it's just a joke, just some random funny quip, and then maybe the next day is a comic strip. Either way, it'll be pretty fun. The good news is that the material is there. The material is written. I will have to fucking organize it, and I'll have to go through it and set it up. And mostly, it's so funny. One of the reasons why I think that one was on the back burner behind all of the other ones is because it's probably the one that's going to take the most busy work, like the most this is the fun part for me. This is the fun part for me when it comes to my creative art stuff. that comedy book. Maybe it'll become the fun part for me when I figure out how I'm going to do it, whether I'm going to do it as a comic strip as opposed to or whatever I decide. I don't know. Maybe it'll become fun to me when I figure that part out. So we will see. We will see. It will be whatever I decide after I'm done with this. So. And I think in the original, I think I made her a redhead. I think. I don't know. However, I am going to think about it. What do I want? Okay, we are definitely going to have to find our headphones. Whoa. Most of the time when I accidentally go to the wrong color, it's not a big deal because if it's not a color I've been using, then it's not even going to be wet. But then every once in a while, a wet one that I was just using, like in this case, is not that far away, and my brain went back to where it was going. Yeah, I went to the wrong. I'm like, oh shit! Almost got more of that pink that I used in the background. It's like, no, that's not what you're using right now. We're not using that color anymore. So I'm kind of I don't even know what I was going to say right there. I do like the simplicity of what these are compared to the way I used to do the paper stuff. So that's kind of cool. Like, it took me a while. It took me a while to convince myself that it was okay because, I kept going, well, this is too easy, or they're too simple, or they're not real art. You're just basically coloring paper. And I had to shut that shit up in my head because, yeah, that was not going to be productive. That was just not going to be productive. So, I've seen enough of these finished of mine, the ones that I have finished like this, to know that, they're fine. Are they something I'm going to hang on my wall and, is it even close to being the same as my canvas work? Not even close. Not even close. But still valuable, in my opinion, to me. Especially to what it means for my heart, what it means inside, what they convey, the poems they talk about, the poem that this goes with, that kind of thing. That to me, I can't put a value system on that. There's no value system to that. There just isn't. So. Okay. I get this sense of the satisfaction from it that I need to quiet this long enough to get through another day of my life, or another year of my life, or another month of my life, or whatever it may be. And that is kind of the whole point of doing what I do. Ow. Oh. That hurt. Time. Okay. I think my back is going to be done with this position shortly. For whatever reason, maybe that's why my back was hurting today. I have no idea. I didn't even paint yesterday. I did a lot of video work for my shoot. Hello. I'm like, I am really, super probably not going to be here much longer. I'm going to make an attempt at her face. And, I knew I was going to fuck that up. Of course, I don't have any napkins or anything around me. Fucking asshole. Sucks. Fuck. I knew I had way too much water on that fucking piece of shit. Fucked up her hand. Like, big time fucked it up. This is really annoying me. Okay, I either get too much fucking water or not enough. I hate this. I hate this. Sometimes it's challenging. It's annoying. It's okay. I wasn't planning on doing that right now, but I guess I'll just do her lines and her hands right now. I was totally gonna wait and do those at the end because I was gonna just do it all at the same time. But you know, God forbid, it's okay. It doesn't look as bad now that some of it's dry. Doesn't look as bad as I thought. Or maybe it looks worse than I thought. Oh god. Ugh. So annoying. I just keep reminding myself I was gonna do this anyway. 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 You were going to do this anyway. Yeah, it's funny. The irony is that what I did accidentally plays right into what I was going to end up doing later, for emphasizing her through the flesh. It's like I did, it just forced me to take a sidetrack detour from her nail polish and do this. It's not what I wanted it to be doing right now, but whatever. Fine. Make me deal with it. So they're part of the painting I wasn't ready for. It's like, fine. Let me try this again, but not have so much water. I need it to be thicker. It's one of those things where the brush is, I like this brush. It's one of my favorites, but it's a really small brush, like very, 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 very small. Not much to it, actually, which is fine because of the precision I want. But the problem is that because of that, it's either going to hold way too much water and not enough paint, because I'm sitting here like trying to get enough paint on a brush that's not very big, and yeah, so I have to be careful. There's like this balance between the water and the color. Need to be just right. Yep. And then here, super close. Super close. Okay. You know, and not to be matchy, but why not? Let's just give her the same color lipstick. Son of a bee. See? Not enough. But if I go with more, I'll end up with too much. I don't want to do that. Oh, this is perfect. That's the perfect amount. Just enough to get it on there, and then we can move it around and have it be what we want it to be. This is actually a lot more comfortable on my back to be bent over like this. Stretching my low back. Very nice. I wonder what movie I'm going to watch later. I started to watch Love Actually for probably the millionth time. I love that movie. I might finish that. Or I might start something else. I have not decided. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. My ring. Please don't mess it up. Dude. Yelling at myself. Like, can you please not fuck this up? I'm like talking to myself in my head. Like, don't fuck it up. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, why not, right? Yell at myself. Okay. So far, so good. You know, I haven't completely fucked her up yet. At least not completely. It's early though. Haha, funny. Funny. I was trying to remember which color did I use, and I'm like, no. It was this one. Not only is this one of the rare pieces where I didn't do any penciling or ink or anything like that, it's one of the few pieces of mine where I tried to keep the woman as normal, I guess is a way to put it. I usually try to do something odd or strange or unique or different about their features or their face or something. You know, I don't know. It's one of those few pieces. Even the original is like that. What? think maybe I stay in darker colors out of frustration for what it means to try to stay when I try to do something light or delicate or small space or whatever it is where I can't use a lot of color. It fucking frustrates me. And I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We will be okay. Don't worry. Don't freak out. Howard, what's his name? The kid from Home Alone. Don't get scared now. Right? I have a few catchphrases like that similar. But I love that phrase from that movie where he's like, "Okay, don't get scared now." It's funny. I didn't exactly quite intend to do it this way, but actually that works. It works for what I want. It works for what I wanted to do. So there we go. So there. It's fine. It's fine. That's not fine. That's not fine at all. Yep. Just what we're going to do. Come on, you piece of crap. That's some crazy dark eye makeup, Dory. I don't even wear my makeup this dark. It's cool. I almost feel like making her cry or some shit. Totally change her up. I am going to jack her up real different in about 2 seconds. Comparatively to the original. Is what I'm saying. I should take a picture of her first. I should take a picture of her before I fuck her up. I'm just saying. For my one person who's watching, you can watch it in live action. It's like, you should see this woman. She painted this semi cheesy kind of thing and then totally fucked it up on purpose. Okay. Let's see what happens. Who knows? That's rad. That's awesome. One of my friends just tweeted me painting live. That's so cool. Okay, I am definitely at a stopping point. It's funny, she just posted that she just tweeted that I'm painting live, and I'm like, I think I'm almost done. I think I want to be done. I think I'm hungry. A little dissatisfied. You know, just me and my ultra sweetheart. Always, always, always overthinking everything. Way too much. See? Told you I was going to fuck her up. On purpose. Because, actually, the original painting is what it is. And it's with who it is with who, or it is with who it's with. And I really don't give two fucks. So, anyway, it's kind of cool. I was thinking a lot lately about how much darker my paintings and some of my work was a long time ago. And I should do a dark piece just on purpose, just to see. I did one once, and it ended up really not being all that dark. I mean, it's got skulls in it, but even that, it's not dark. It's definitely not a dark theme on any level at all. So, could be kind of interesting. I definitely like some of the differences that I've did to this compared to the original. Some of them. Like right now, I'm kind of about her expression, and so I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm hemming and hawing over an idea in my head, and then I'm like, let me do her hair. Let me do her body. Oh, then let me do her hair. Okay, let me do, all of these things are going through my mind right now about her expression. And, getting close to making a decision. Haven't quite gotten there yet. So, we shall see. Because this is the kind of thing I do. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do with her. Now I know what. Now I understand what was happening. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's actually very apropos is the word, I think. Yeah. I think that's what we call it. I have quite a few. There's, well, not a lot, but there's a few pieces in my book that are Mardi Gras themed with masks and stuff like that. And of course, which plays into some of the stuff about burlesque. And that was perfect. Like I hadn't planned to give her a mask, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. That is exactly what's going to happen. getting there. Yep. Every once in a while, I have to remind myself what color does what the way that I want it to, depending on what I'm going for. I forget sometimes. Like, nope, that's not the one. That's not the color. That's not it. This is it. This is the one. The one I want. There's a few colors in my palette, and I'm sure I'm not the only painter out there that has them, where like no matter what they do, no matter what their piece is, there's a couple of colors that they know they know how to use it so well in a way that suits them for whatever it is they're doing, that they can incorporate it into their piece and it will work for what they need. And that's this rusty orange color I have is like that. Similar to one of the purples I use sometimes, or one of the blues. You know, it's like, oh, I need something right here, but it's got to do this or that or whatever. And I definitely have those colors. So, and this is definitely one of them, because this is just about to get all kinds of dory. Because I think I've said this in a few of my streams about how different it is when I'm doing these for the illustrations, when I know that I'm going to pull them up on the digital and play with the colors, play with the lighting, play with the contrast, things like that. Definitely has changed some of the way I do things on the painting in certain areas for colors. Anyone out there who colors digitally could probably explain to you what even close to some of what that means. Contrast or certain highlights in certain areas. Me? Maybe one day. Right now, I'm just going to do it on this painting. Although I have been known to do what I'm doing right now, even if it was just for this and not even really meant to be on a computer. I like it. For me. I don't want it. No, it doesn't need to be exact. Paintings in general don't need to be exact. Like, ooh, what am I going to do here? I'm going to really fuck up her face. And I'm going to love it. Because she was just way too white. And I'm not talking about race. Oh, yeah. We like that. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that Hello, whoever is there watching. You get to see the craziness that's about to happen with this. we will see what happens and if I like it. I don't know. No, I have 3 people watching now. Welcome to the crazy part at the end where I fuck up her hair. I'm kidding. Just doing a mask. As crazy as that seems. Okay. Oh. They came and they went. They're like, no, we no watch. We kind of wanted to watch, but no. We decided no. We decided no. And that's okay. I'm going to finish anyway. I'm going to finish what I started. And I'm going to use this accent for the rest of the show. Just kidding. I am actually going to switch to a different purple because I don't think that other one is as dark as I want it to be. And something's not working right. I think it's that brush. I'm like, it was too, like the paint, I think, oh yeah, it was the brush. Paint was fine, but that other brush was just not even stiff enough for what I wanted to do here at all. So, here we go. Yep. That's perfect. I like her a lot. I love her. I almost love her as much as I loved my man that I did the other night. I was quite impressed with how he came out. I thought I had ruined him a few times. I very almost put a hole in the paper. And I was very happy that I had not and did not ruin him because he turned out really good. He's like one of my favorite pieces. I had never done one like that before, and it wasn't any kind of technique anyone taught me. It just came out of nowhere. But yeah, I liked him. I like how he came out. I might do another one like that, similar to it. All right. No. Too much beard. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect, sir. Perfecto. Ding, 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 ding. Dum, 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 dum. Where is it? This one. This one. That's interesting. That's it. Definitely time to stop. I am done. Right after this. Okay. Now we're going to finish it with the green that outlines the whole thing. Jeez. 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 Oh, that's just too pretty. That's just so much perfect. So perfect. So perfect. I can't wait to to see this one sprayed just like the guy. It's so funny because like I was not having it. I kind of wasn't even feeling it. And then I get done with it and I was like, oh yeah, yeah. I will be loving what the spray set will do to this when it makes this about 3 or 4 times darker than what it is. You know? I will love it. 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 So just talking about that, and I'm like, I need to add a little bit of contour there, a little bit of there. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. We must do that to the lips. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Okay, she's done. She's done. She's done. I did not come into this thinking that I would take 2 hours to do one piece. That was not the plan. It was this not the plan. No complaints. No complaints. I love her. I love everything about her. And I think the thing I love the most is that she, other than the pose and the blowing the kiss thing, she's not like the original. So my original painting and her are two totally uniquely different women now. Very exciting. I am out of here.